if you were to give, a little bit of advice to another family-owned business, and part of me is sitting here going, Ray, Anthony's, G2. They haven't gone into G3 yet. So if you were coach, brought Ray in or somebody else in his position, what are you saying to him to, make sure don't miss these things? And I think you've covered a lot of it, so it's, you may have said all those things that you want to say already, but, and then Anthony, talking to somebody who's, in your position or, looking at the things that you're looking at down the road to say, how do I get there? What would you share with, some of the family businesses that are going to be listening to this in the future? Ray, I'll let.
Yeah, again, it would have to go back to the equity business, just in my research and my analysis and running it like a business. The other thing is, just because you're the SOB doesn't mean you need to be an SOB. And the SOB is son of the boss. Don't be an SOB, because it's sometimes that can creep in, and that's where that 4% success rate. And if you're not passionate, find something else to do. I actually had my resume out there, and I was looking for a job, and a buddy of mine asked me why, and I told him all these things I wanted to do in the business that I would, was looking to go work for. And he looked at me and says, why can't you do them at Isaac? And it was a turning point for me. And I realized, you know what, I can do them here. And, if we run it properly like a business and take that risk to maybe make the change and don't get caught into the legacy trap and live by dogma. I love my dad. I'm sure I would have loved my grandfather. I never met him that I can remember. It's your time. And when they come in with an idea, I always ask them, are you asking me or telling me? If you're asking me, I'll give you my opinion. If you're telling me, let me know how it works out. I've empowered you and I enable you to do it. You're on mute, Michael.
Oh, there we go.
I can read lips, so I think it's my turn.
Yeah,
Thanks, Anthony.
Yeah. That was a great answer, Ray. And I guess the advice that I would give, I'm not sure it's as much a family business, but a question, but not staying profit centered. You have to make money. At the end of the day, you create a company and you go to work every day so that you can provide for your family and hopefully build wealth for the next generation, et cetera. So profit is very, very important. But as Ray said so well, it can't start there because it won't work long term. Short term, you can go to the casino and be profit centered and maybe have a great night and it worked out well. But if you try to do that every day, it's a bad formula for the long haul. And so really going back to the keywords, the passion, the integrity, culture, you really have to love what you're creating and love the people that you're working with. And if there are toxic elements in that organization, including if you're the toxic element, for the betterment of the business, you need to get out. Again, our biggest challenge is going to be, what's going to happen with the next generation. And Ray, you said it best, when my brother and I, both of us went to Auburn University in Auburn, Alabama. And before we came back, my father asked, do you guys want to come back and work in the business? And he said, if you guys don't, put your resume. He had a plan, and he made sure that we knew he had a plan on what he would do if we chose not to go in the business. And whether he was fine with it or not, I'll never know. But he convinced us that he was fine with us not going into the business. So there was no pressure. And that's, again, I'm not sure I'm doing a great job of it, but, not making my kids feel like they have to carry on the legacy because, again, have to is a toxic word. If you're going to work because you have to, again, it's not a long-term play. It's a short-term play. And so, if they are passionate about it, great. If they're not, that's okay too. Have a plan because it may not be, and that's why when I say my plan is to have my group of managers take the business over if they choose to in 5 to 10 years, to me, that's a plan. My kids want to be a part of that. Great. If they don't, that's okay too. I don't know if I answered the question, but
No, that's great.